In 2000, Blockbuster was a global giant, a kingdom of 9,000 stores and 60,000 employees. They were on top of the world, but one meeting would seal their fate forever. Our story starts with one man, a late fee, and a moment of pure frustration. That man was Reed Hastings. The movie, Apollo 13. The late fee, a staggering $40. He thought there had to be a better way, a model without punishing loyal customers. With partner Mark Randolph, he launched a new company in 1997, Netflix. The idea was simple: DVDs delivered by mail, a monthly subscription, and most importantly, no late fees. Ever. The iconic red envelopes began their journey through the U.S. Postal Service, a tiny disruption. But the business was struggling. The dot-com bubble was bursting and cash was running out. They needed a lifeline. Hastings had a bold, desperate idea: a partnership with their biggest rival. In 2000, Hastings and his team flew to Dallas, the heart of the Blockbuster empire. They prepared to meet CEO John Antioco, a titan of the retail industry. The proposal: Netflix would be sold to Blockbuster for just $50 million. Netflix would run Blockbuster's online brand, a seemingly perfect marriage of old and new. The Blockbuster executive team assembled, oozing confidence and skepticism in their expensive suits. Hastings made his pitch. He laid out the future of movie rentals, a digital-first world. He explained the subscription model could free Blockbuster from its reliance on hated late fees. Then, the response. John Antioco struggled to contain his amusement. The offer was absurd. The other executives followed his lead, the room filled with quiet, dismissive laughter. They saw Netflix not as an innovation, but as a tiny, irrelevant niche business. The $50 million offer wasn't just rejected, it was laughed out of the room. Hastings and his team left, humiliated but not broken. The laughter echoed in their minds. On the flight home, a new resolve formed. If Blockbuster wouldn't join them, they would beat them. Meanwhile, Blockbuster was at its absolute peak, completely blind to the threat they had dismissed. They even launched their own DVD by mail service, but it was too little, too late. Their core business model, late fees, was a cash cow they couldn't bear to sacrifice. While Blockbuster focused on physical stores, Netflix was quietly building a massive subscriber base. One red envelope at a time, they were winning the hearts and minds of America. Then, in 2007, Netflix made its next giant leap, a move Blockbuster never saw coming. They launched their streaming service. The movie theater was now inside your computer. No more mail, no more waiting, instant gratification. The game had changed completely. For Blockbuster, this was the beginning of the end. Their stores started to feel like relics. The iconic blue and yellow signs became symbols of a bygone, obsolete era. Blockbuster's stock price, once mighty, plummeted towards zero. The giant was falling. In 2010, the inevitable happened. Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy protection. The kingdom had crumbled. John Antioco, the man who laughed at Netflix, had presided over a historic corporate failure. The mistake was not just complacency, it was arrogance, an inability to see the future. Blockbuster believed their physical dominance was permanent. They failed to adapt to a changing world. Today, only one Blockbuster store remains on Earth, a museum piece in Bend, Oregon. And Netflix? They became the new kingdom, built on the ashes of the old one. From a $40 late fee to a multi-billion-dollar global streaming empire. It's a brutal lesson in business. Innovate or die. Even giants can fall. Let's rewind. Before the mailers, before the meeting, the internet was a wild frontier. DVDs were a new technology, much smaller and more durable than bulky VHS tapes. Hastings and Randolph mailed a single CD to themselves to test the postal system. It arrived intact. The core concept was proven. Mailing DVDs was a viable business. But Blockbuster had its own plans. They partnered with Enron for a streaming deal. That deal collapsed spectacularly when Enron's massive corporate fraud was exposed to the world. This failure made Blockbuster executives even more skeptical about the potential of online business. They doubled down on their brick-and-mortar stores, believing them to be their unassailable fortress. Customers, however, were growing tired of driving to stores and paying penalty fees. The convenience of Netflix was an undeniable allure. The tide was turning slowly but surely. By the time Blockbuster launched a true competitor, Netflix's brand was already synonymous with streaming. The $50 million insult had fueled a revolution that cost Blockbuster its entire existence. The story isn't about DVDs or streaming. It's about listening to the customer. Blockbuster sold transactions. Netflix sold a relationship, a service that people loved. Reed Hastings transformed personal frustration into one of the biggest entertainment companies on earth. Netflix began producing its own original content, becoming a studio as well as a distributor. From House of Cards to Stranger Things, they reshaped television itself. All because one company got laughed at and decided to have the last laugh.